One of the reasons I picked Northwestern was because it had the premier joint JD PhD program in the country. So I thought, I can do both. I'll get a law degree and I'll get a PhD in political science. The good news on that score is I met my wife the first day in law school in Professor Vic Rosenblum's office. And so that justified everything else that came after as far as I'm concerned. The most memorable part of it was the senior research work that I did with Marty Reddish. We had an article that we published jointly in the Harvard Law Review, which certainly helped me when I went on the market to try to get a teaching job. So the question I get asked a lot is, how do you become a Supreme Court lawyer? I had the opportunity to argue 90 cases before the U.S. Supreme Court. Every time I walk in, I get goosebumps. It is majestic to begin with. It's beautiful, but it's also got this incredible history. But the first one is obviously always going to be the most memorable. The first day I was in the Solicitor General's office, I met my future boss, partner, and mentor, Rex Lee. As Rex Lee used to say, right before the justices would go on the bench, Rex would invariably lean over and say to the opposing counsel, just remember, this is the most fun thing a lawyer can do with clothes on. And he was absolutely right. If you see that statue of Rex, it captures him perfectly because he was in the one place in the world he wanted to be. Well, I inherited that. When I'm at the podium, I'm in the one place in the whole world that I want to be. And that's why it's special to me. So the person who planted the seed for me to go to law school was my grandmother, who from the time I was quite young told me I was a spitting image of her grandfather, who'd been a prosecuting attorney in Kanawha County. When my grandmother died, they dug out a picture of her grandfather, and we look nothing alike. So the whole notion that I became a lawyer because of my great-great-grandfather and our resemblance is a fraud. The first day I got back to the apartment where I was staying, I literally cracked open the real property book. I just had this epiphany. It was just something that said to me, this is really what you want to study the rest of your life.